All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Talk Rockets, episode number 31 here. My name is Jackson. I post daily Rockets content. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you guys enjoy it. So, hope you all had a great 4th of July. We haven't been live. There's always something on my left freaking eye on these. I don't think I've made a stream in like probably 2 days or so. Took the day off yesterday. But yeah, we're going to talk about a couple of stuff, man. The Rockets aren't done making moves in free agency, it appears. We're going to talk about a handful of different prospects. Bobo just got waived by the Orlando Magic, so we're going to talk about a potential pairing with him in Houston as the backup big man, Jacques Landale. Man, the more and more time that passes by, I love the Jacques Landale addition, and I love the non-addition of Brook Lopez, as good of as a basketball player as he is. Almost called him a football player. What's up to our man Jacob? Once again, guys, before we get into this show, Let's Talk Rockets is available on all streaming platforms, Apple and Spotify, and the link is down below on every one of my videos, including this. What's up to the legend L Comedy? Hope you're doing good. We're going to pull up this roster here. We're discussing this pretty much in our final or in our like initial reaction to the Rockets free agency. So what's up, Troy? This is the Rockets starting lineup. Projected starting lineup would be Freddie Double V, Rockford's finest, Jalen Green, JG4, Dylan Brooks, Jabari Smith Jr., and then Alperen Shangun, followed by a bench of Amin Thompson, Kevin Porter Jr., Tari Eason, Jayshawn Tate, and Jacques Landale. And then you also have Cam Whitmore and Jeff Green to fill out the rest. Jayshawn Tate, still a little surprised he's here. Ime Udoka appears to really like what he can provide. And, he's on a really good contract. So it looks like Jayshawn Tate is going to be a Houston Rocket next season, which, Jay's one of those guys where, like, when I first started making Rockets content in the COVID season and we picked up Jayshawn Tate, undrafted, it was like one of the first guys I scouted when I was making YouTube videos. So, I just love Jayshawn Tate's story. 4 years at Ohio State, played in Germany, played in the NBL in Australia. Anyways, guys, so what I wanted to say here was, this is the starting lineup, and this is just our roster in general. So, there's been reports coming out. I think we have it here. Houston is still surveying the market for guard depth, team sources say, with their full room mid-level exception still available, $7.7 million, about $4.5 million left in cap space after their early spending spree. So, we have a couple of players, and it goes into it here with what Eric's talking about here. Bobo is a really interesting guy. Bobo had a great first half of the season last year, but then the thing is, he completely fell off in the second half. Like in the second half of the season, last 4 months, he literally only made 4 threes. He shot, I think it was 6.8% from downtown in post All-Star break, or maybe it was like 5.7 or 6. It was between 5 and 6%. I really like the idea of Bobo because he's going to protect that rim. He's going to be a nice backup big man. However, I really like Jacques Landale. I think he's just underrated in his own regard. I think that dude is a stud. If we didn't get Jeff Green, maybe I'd still take a flyer on Bobo because he's still extremely young, even though he's been in the league for 4 seasons now. It's extremely young. There's crazy potential with his height and with his wingspan and what he can mold into. Like, if you can find a team that unlocks him, like we saw of Orlando Magic in the first half of the season, I mean, that we're talking about like a 13-6 and a couple of blocks a night in limited playing time. So I like the idea of Bobo. I'm not completely enamored by it, but we still have spots on the roster, man. We still gotta scoop up some cats. Bobo wouldn't take minutes from Shangun. It's not a horrible idea. It's not. What do you guys think? But on the screen here for our audio listeners, we have we just learned FWIW actually like last week on our podcast. Here's a list of at least somewhat decent unrestricted free agent guards still apparently on the board in alphabetical order. It's just funny that it's in alphabetical order. Terrence Davis, Aaron Holiday, Wes Matthews, Svi Mihaluk, Raul Neto, Jalen Noel, Kendrick Nunn, Austin Rivers, and Terrence Ross. So I don't know. I don't know who's on. What's up, Jorge? I don't know who's on Rockets Twitter here, but Austin Rivers reunion has been a big thing. People really like the idea of getting Austin Rivers back. I do too. You know, Houston's shooting was not good last year. The good news is our shooting's going to be an improvement next year, man. Just current talent on the roster, obviously, but like, Freddie can shoot. Dylan Brooks hasn't shot great the last 2 seasons, but you're not leaving Dylan Brooks open. You're not leaving him wide open. Maybe in the playoffs, if you're on the same team as like LeBron James, but you're not leaving Dylan Brooks wide open from downtown. So, Jeff Green can shoot. Jacques can shoot a little bit. I've been seeing a lot of slandering on these pickups as far as just shooting goes. But Austin Rivers would help shooting immediately. Great IQ veteran leader to have. Austin Rivers, I think, just, this is a guy too, man, where like he doesn't need to play 20 minutes a night even, every single night. You could throw him some DNPs if guys like Cam Whitmore are going off, or, KPJ's having a career night, whatever it is. Austin Rivers, Kendrick Nunn's also a guy I've been seeing float out there a lot. If we went back to the depth chart, our backup point guard right now is Amin Thompson. And I love Amin Thompson. And if you guys know, I think Amin Thompson should be the starter. I don't hate the Freddie addition. I don't love it. There's an ant for OG Houston Rocket listeners. There were 2 streams last week we did where there's ants over here in this corner for no apparent reason. Anyways, Kendrick Nunn injury concerns do worry me. He can shoot. He plays hard. He's got a hard motor, fast motor. I wouldn't hate Kendrick Nunn. I just don't know how much you can really rely on him. But at the same time, I think having a Kendrick Nunn be like your point guard 3 is a good idea. I know DJ Augustin is a free agent. I wouldn't be surprised if the Rockets brought him back. I wouldn't be surprised, man, if they finished off free agency in the offseason. They, re-sign DJ Augustin. They go out there, they sign Austin Rivers, and maybe a Bol addition. I still don't really think Bol lands in Houston. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I think it's a low risk, high reward play. I just don't know if Ime would be pushing hard for Bol, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. Terrence Ross, as Jacob says here, yeah, man, Terrence Ross would definitely be a good pickup. I think Terrence Ross should just be on, like, go back to Phoenix, go to a championship team. I think Terrence has earned that at this point in his career. The rest of the guys on this list, I don't hate Aaron Holiday. He's just not a crazy talented player. With that being said, I still think, honestly, guys, I don't think Amin Thompson touches more than 24 a night next year, as shitty as it sounds. So I don't think any signing or any trade or any pickup at this point in free agency would alter Amin Thompson's minutes. I think the only thing that would alter his minutes is his play. And we'll see it on Friday, baby. Summer League starting up on Friday. Never know with weekend. I never know with my weekend plans. I'd love to say I should stream it. I mean, if it was right now, I would stream it. It's only 2 days ago. I can't believe it's already mid-July. Or I can't believe it's already midweek. I can't believe it's Wednesday. And it's already July, man. It's crazy. Raul Neto is a great idea, too. I love that as well. Another guy you're just playing like 15 a night. 15 a night. If Amin Thompson is killing it, DMPs, DMPs. But this has been the best list of like reasonable pickups that the Rockets, I think, would look into. But we got Dylan Brooks edition, man. I get it. I think if Dylan Brooks wasn't as hated around the league, I think people would really be more open to the Dylan Brooks edition. Let's just throw up the depth chart. And this is not the depth chart. Bang. Dylan Brooks is going to guard the opposing team's best player. And that's amazing. He's just so good on defense. This is a DPOY candidate, man. This is an all-NBA defensive guy. I really like it. But to get at what Tan's saying here, why is it another guard that's needed? Why not a 4 or 5? Well, with the trade of Tata Washington Jr., which we talked about, that made no sense. Shit, man, if you had Ty and Usman still, I'd just play them both. I'm telling you, dude, Usman's gonna Ty was gonna have a good NBA career, even if it's a backup point guard. I think Ty has easily a Tyus Jones career. I think it'll take him some time to get meaningful minutes in this league. So once he gets that backup point guard role and that starting point guard goes down for a couple of weeks, he's gonna come in, fill the shoes, and get paid. Usman Garuba, I think would just fit this team so perfect. I cannot believe that they traded away Usman Garuba. I see so much potential there. But, Amin, Fred's going to play a freaking lot. Fred's going to play 36 to 38 next year. So Amin's only looking at probably 20 minutes. If Amin got hurt, if Fred got hurt, you could have guys come in here and be your point guard. Let's say Amin gets banged up, Fred gets banged up. Well, KP can slide in at the 1 if it's like a 2-week thing. It appears as if Ime does not view Kevin as point guard, or want him as a point guard, rather, which is the best route here. He's one of the best catch and shoot 3-point shooters in the entire NBA. If we're talking 2 months, that's not something the Rockets want long term, I would imagine. I like Raul Neto a lot, but yeah, basically injuries. You just never know. I really think that the backup center position, I really, I keep seeing Bobo. Like, sign Bobo, man. Go for it. I would be excited. I think we're pretty chilling at the big man position. Usman would literally fit so freaking well at that 4 spot. But Jacques Landale is a hell of a basketball player. And Jeff Green, Uncle Jeff, can always come in and fill that role if somebody gets banged up. But I can't emphasize it enough, man. I really am so glad that the Rockets did not pick up Brook Lopez. And I forget who said this quote earlier today. I think they really hit it home. Shangun offensively is so talented that he just needs to play. And I need to see a year of Alperen Shangun at the 5 and Jabari at the 4. And I need to see, the word they used was mitigate, and I thought it was an excellent word. It's very similar to the Denver Nuggets with Nikola Jokic. If Alperen Shangun is our star player, what you need to do when you find your star player are surround him with guys that complement him, but also cover up his flaws, cover up his woes, his weaknesses, right? I feel like Drake saying woes. I think Jabari, if what we saw at spurts last season of his defensive versatility, I think he could be our Aaron Gordon. But Shangun offensively is too good to not start in his 3rd year. And, a Shangun Brook pairing, maybe it would work, maybe not. I don't think it really would. But I'm just so thrilled for Shangun next season, man, being that starting center. But technically, Jock Landale could swipe in here. Maybe Tari Eason is a freaking stud, and they throw Jabari at the starting five, but it's just not gonna happen. If any of the two PGs gets injured, you'll need a backup point. They should do what they need to do to get Ty back. I wish they would get Ty back, but they definitely just sent him packing. I'm just so not thrilled about it. Oh, hey there, mate. Do you think Shangun is a lob threat if he actually did become a 7-footer? I mean, he's like, no, I wouldn't consider him a lob threat. I mean, he's had some nice dunks. He's had some lobs, but I don't think athletically that's his skill set. Perfectly fine. I don't need a crazy lob threat. It'd be cool to have a guy like Clint Capella off of the bench, but I don't think he's quite at that stage in his career. And we have other options now. I'm worried about our guys getting in foul trouble early. Shangun, yeah, is a player who's battled foul trouble issues. Very true, but we have a solid bench. We got depth now. What's up, Chris? You know what I think? If Shangun can bring effortless offense, that means more energy would be available to defense. That's true, yeah. That's definitely true. But I think, if I had to take a guess on the Rockets franchise player, I think it's Shangun. I really do. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a team that he would be on where in your second season at 20, you go 15, 9, and 4 with a steal and a block, efficient shooting, improvements from downtown. I'm surprised people aren't like completely enamored by him. And I would have imagined that the Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets had no rim protection last year, fellas and ladies. They had no rim protection. But their defense was fine, man. Aaron Gordon was huge to it. So as Al Combody's saying here, I'll have some surprise dunks for sure. If/when Jabari fills out, there could be some lob potential there. 100%. He can definitely throw it down. Exciting times, man. Our lob threat is JG4 right now. I think JG4, man, we saw a lot of improvements getting downhill from Jalen. And those foul calls in year 3 are going to be better than they were in year 2. I love this. I love this energy and the aura surrounding the Rockets right now. I'm a big fan of it. I'm very excited to see what this Summer League squad looks out. Do we even have our summer? I don't even think our Summer League roster has been announced. And I'm positive we're the only team that has not announced it. It's 2 days away. I'm checking Twitter. Summer League mini camp. Is that it? Let me pull this up. Guys, we got 44 people in here. Hit that like button. Hit that sub up for daily Houston Rockets content. Rockets playing the Pacers in the preseason. It has been announced. It is. All right. Well, then this would be it. All right. Darius Days. Don't know Chris Brandon. Don't know Jonathan Dunn. Tari's, obviously. Trevor Hudgens. Jay Huff. I don't remember why. I was at a bar one time watching. I think the playoffs were still going on. I wanted to catch the end of a playoff game, and it was over or whatever. And they had the G League playoffs on, and I just watched Jay Huff ball his ass off for like 30 straight minutes. The dude was a freaking stud. Justin Johnson. It's a familiar name. Is that the Justin Johnson? It can't be. Jalen Leak. Damn, I don't know any of these people. Trey Mitchell, Jabari Smith Jr., Amin Thompson, Cam Whitmore. All right, man. Summer League literally means nothing. It's going to be cool to see Amin Thompson and Cam Whitmore play. It's going to be cool to see, get like a little bit of a taste, get a little bit of a sample size of, if Tari Eason and Jabari have been working on anything new. That'll be cool to see. But yeah, all my eyeballs are going to be on Mr. Amin Thompson. And if you guys know my prediction on it, I think 2 days from now, 48 hours, July 7th, everybody and their mama will want Amin Thompson being the starter. And they'll be like, damn, maybe the Fred. If we didn't have to spend $47 million, maybe we shouldn't have gotten Fred. And yeah, we'll see some chemistry. See what we got going there. We're going to see Amin Thompson's playmaking ability, which is going to be insane. We're going to get some eyeballs on his 3-point shooting and his shooting in general. But this dude's going to ball out. I'm telling you, man, Amin Thompson's going to ball out. But yeah, Summer League, not indicative of a player success or failure in the league in the slightest. The only world where Summer League matters for a player is if they're like in like year 3 and things just aren't looking good. Maybe they're fighting for a roster spot. They're fighting to stay in the league, whatever it is. The Rockets, none of these guys that I notice fit that category for us. So Jabari's ceiling. Ceiling, I hate to say it. I think ceiling, you have to go with like a KD. People might think that's jumping the gun, but that's what the ceiling is there with his length and his height, his 3-point shooting, his potential on defense is going to be better, is better than KD. But I think his floor, a nice floor or a reasonable player comparison would be Rashard Lewis, who had a great NBA career. I don't think Jabari will be a franchise player, nor do I need him to be a franchise player. I think Jabari has potential to be the 3 on a championship team. I think right now it's looking more like a nice complementary 4. But that defense, man, like think about it with the Nuggets this year. Who was more valuable in the playoffs, do you think, outside of Jokic and Murray being 1 and 2? Who do you think would be 3? I'd go Aaron Gordon. So, and Aaron Gordon is not a crazy scorer. So, obviously points don't mean everything, but, I think he could have a Aaron Gordon career 100%. Aaron Gordon is still a young player in this league. As crazy as it seems, feel like I've been watching him for a decade now. But yeah, man, Jabari will be a good player. If he gets a handle, I would say it's over. I think if Jabari cleans up that handle, a handle's tough, man. You can definitely improve it. People do improve it. Jaylen Brown's just a pretty good example of like, imagine if this dude had a lefty dribble. So, yeah, we'll see, man. But it should be a fun year. Let's do a little. Get some splits on Jabari. I know stats don't say much, but happy belated birthday. Just turned 20 2 months ago already. Yeah. All right, let's go to splits here. Let's take a look. First half, 12 points, 7 rebounds. Stop playing ad. Tweaking. Guys, hit that like button. We're available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. This show will be available. If you ever miss an episode, we do these. I've been doing them pretty much every day. Weekends can get a little dicey depending on plans. The holiday weekend was a little dicey. Can you guys see this? All right. Let me put this Jabari back on the screen. You see immediate improvements, by the way, here. Let's take a look. First half of the season, 12.7 rebounds, about a block a game, playing 29.9 minutes a night, shooting 38.9% from the field, 30.3% from downtown. So in the second half of the season, takes a couple more shots per game, not really. 14.6%, 14.6 points per game, 7.6 rebounds, 44.5% from the field. That's a like 6-tick increase. 31.7% from downtown. Let's check the months. The last 2 months of the season, the final 21 games, pretty much post All-Star break. Jabari averaging 15 points, almost 8 rebounds. And this efficiency works for me. 46 from the field, 50 from the field, 46 from the field, 35 from downtown, 40 from downtown. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's get that summer league back. All right. My expectations for KPJ is a 6-man has run the offense, set up the player, and he could get plus 8 assists a night. Holy shit. Yeah, man, I hope he plays. I think he will play. He's a really hard worker. He's a workhorse. He's a grinder. Ime's going to put him in a position to succeed. So, yeah, I'm hoping. I have no reason I'd want this man traded or anything like that. Coming off a career year, what he averaged 19, 5 and 6. I believe. What's up, Balin? GG's Balin. Yeah, I wonder what Kevin's minutes are going to be like next year. I'd go between 24 and 28 would be my immediate guess. A lot of people think these rookies will come into the league putting up the same numbers as they did in college or the G League. Yeah, I mean, you really only see that with, maybe a couple of prospects. Like maybe 3 rookies a year come out into the league and start putting up crazy averages. Like, Jalen Green's statistics are nice just on paper if we look outside of efficiency. But Paolo Banchero coming to the league and dropping 20 and 7 last season. That you don't see that ever, or consistently, I should say. Not ever. You do see that, but yeah. Barry with a handle. Yeah, man. What's up, RJ? Amen will run point off of the bench. Yeah, there's gonna be some combo stuff because Amen won't play the same as Kevin. But yeah, you're right. We're gonna see Fred and KP there too. But yeah, this is what I'm thinking here. All right, guys, I gotta make a Steelers video. We have Wemby probably will too. So will Scoot. Yeah, so a great episode today, man. We had like 50 people in here for a long time. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. This will be available on podcast form right after it. We'll be back here live later. Maybe later tonight, maybe a video. There will be something on this channel later today. And if not, we'll do the show back again tomorrow. So appreciate y'all tuning in. Get me amped up, man. We got 58 people in here. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a summer league preview stream before the night. Peace.